And there we go, guys. You're getting a view of Scotland in 360 degrees. That is right, guys. Today we are going to be hanging out in Scotland. The series started here. If you're brand new, make sure you go back episode 1, catch up on this stuff. A lot of new people watching lately, the Ragnarok Explorers. This series, this might be one of the oldest Ragnarok servers out there. This is the IronMine 1 run by Aaron B. Normally in this series, guys, I'm spending time looking at areas for the first time, discovering things. What I want to do today is give you a sort of complete guide to my favorite region of Ragnarok, and that is Scotland. You can see a lot of it out in this direction, and believe it or not, the sunsets last forever here. It's after 9 p.m. But if you have a look out this way, I don't know if we're going to get a good look. Yeah, you see the rest of Scotland out in the distance, that epic lighthouse. If you guys have not yet played on Ragnarok, I think it's out everywhere now. You got it on console, we've had it on PC for a long time, but it's official now, and this is the area. So today we're going to get into it. We're going to spend a little time looking into Scotland. It is cold. It is dangerous. Predators here are very rare. But when you do come across a predator, it is absolutely fearsome. It is dangerous, but it is beautiful, and it has a lot of bounty that comes with it. A lot of things that you don't find on other maps. Like I said, the predators are rare. You can travel long distances seeing only herbivores. Nothing here. You're never running into raptors or terror birds. If you're seeing something out here, it's going to ruin your day. So you don't want to see the predators that are out here. And this map is beautiful. It is the most beautifully designed map in Ark, and we're going to take a minute today spending time looking at the details that make it stand out, that make these Ragnarok guys stand out as the best among map makers. And we're going to look at some of the truly epic base locations in Scotland. It's got some amazing ones. In its bounties, I mean, silk grows wild on the ground here. Potatoes grow wild on the ground. Savo root, whatever you call it. Metal spawns, plentiful. And like I said, mostly herbivores. You could travel long distances and not get into trouble. And most importantly, carrots. Rock carrots spawn wild in the ground here, like this. See? And equus spawn wild. So on day 1, you can walk up, pick up some rock carrot right out of the ground, find an equus, feed it some carrots, and you have a horse. So we're going to get into Scotland today. We're going to get into the best base locations, starting with the one right behind this gate. Sometimes you just get lucky. I've recorded that little intro and the sun was setting, and I had to get a message to log off the server so we could update one of the mods. And I log back on, and it's sunrise. Welcome, guys. So we're going to spend some time checking out the epic bases of this map, and that seems to me to be the first and most obvious thing, the thing that most of you will probably have come here for. This is the first one. I'm at 1718 or so, 79. And I visited this place in episode 3. That video has like 30,000 views, and I constantly get people asking, hey, where is that? And so here it is, one of the best base locations in Scotland. Metal spawns on the outside. There are river rocks all through here, obviously a source of water, and the few trees in Scotland, there are not many, but there are a few right nearby you. So you do have a little bit of a source of wood. So this is a place to start. This is where I would start. You can close off the entrance with 2 regular gates and a wall between them, or a behemoth, which is what we've... whoop, a little bit of lag for all UTC. Let's open up these gates and come on in, guys. So if you don't have your shadow settings right, this cave will look weird. You'll get like a really bright spot at the back of it. So when I first came here, I had to set terrain shadows, I think it was, to epic. So come on in. You can see this is not a traditional vanilla server. We have had some mods added on here quite, I guess, over the last little while. Definitely not since I played. I came back here today to get my hoss, and I was expecting a pretty boring looking bunker cave. That's what we've taken to calling it, is the bunker. And Bfun and Ritmus, who are 2 of the people on this server, have been doing work. I guess they added a couple eco mods, as you can tell by the furniture and the greenery, and they've decked this place out. But if you're just looking at the bare bones of the place, it is huge. You get metal spawns. A lot of them have gone away because of all the building that's been done in here, but there's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 big metal rocks and a couple obsidian rocks that spawn back in this corner when you first come in, and the cave has water. So you don't have to go far to get running water for your plumbed devices, whatever they're called, your cookers and things like that. And so I wanted to bring you guys in here, first of all, to show the place off. I think it's fantastic. I think it's the best place to start if you're in Scotland, and maybe one of the best starting caves ever. And my horse died 2, 3, 4 episodes ago, and this is the replacement. At the end of the episode, I think we're going to come back here and we're probably going to tame up a new one or breed him with one of these guys. But I want to make this guy my main mount for a little while. He's got a great carry weight. He's prepared to do some exploration. We'll work on speed as we go. But he is one that I bred quite a while back. So later in the episode, like I said, we will probably get going, showing you some of the horses and things like that you can find here on Ragnarok. But I have shown you this cave, guys. It is 1979, roughly something like that, and it's our first location. I'm going to take a little break, and we will come back in a sec and take a look at another amazing spot to get started. Alright guys, so I am riding away from one of those best starting shelter locations in Scotland. We are going to wander back through here, these ruins on my right. I will show you them shortly. But I wanted to take you to the next best location for shelter, a sort of built-in shelter, as it were. And you can see equus spawning right ahead. I will have no trouble finding some to tame. I think there are carrots growing in the ground right here. Oh no, those are flowers. But anyway, this is fantastic. No predators in sight. Ovis, equus, some gallimimus around here. Yeah, it's great. I do love it. Sheep and horses everywhere. Now I'm wondering, ooh, and here you go. Actually, let's take, this is one of the biggest patches of silk in Scotland. So silk growing wild on the ground, 21.2, 83.1, and sorry, I'm distracted. I'm thinking about, do I have, yes. So check this out, guys. Check this out. There you go. Don't even have to get off your horse. We got whips, we got everything over here. So that works for me, and I think we are ready to head out here to this lighthouse, and I probably shouldn't have picked all that stuff up. I'm running a little heavy on this horse right now. A valley full of brontosaurs. This would be good eating if a Giga ever made his way out here, but I haven't seen any yet today. I'm sure we will. But let's ride up to this lighthouse. Now, I talk about my love of this map, my love of Scotland. It's the views, but it's the immersion. It's the ambiance that really hooks me here. And what we have up here is a beautiful old lighthouse. We started here, I think, episode 2 of this series. You got potatoes growing wild just outside, and a staircase that runs up all the way on the inside. Check that out. Ready? So, and there's levels at each level. I think people set up bases in here originally. And there we go, guys. You're getting a view of Scotland in 360 degrees. So redwoods out that way. And later on we will travel around the borders. We have a beach down there, and then this gives way to sort of a giant causeway, Giant's Causeway that's famous from Ireland, with these Wyvern Pit rocks, and there's actually another cave down there. I think that might actually be one of the next places we should visit, but I wanted to take you up here to the top of this lighthouse. You can see where we came from out there. The waterfall cave is just past that ridge right over there. Scotland extends out in that direction. Actually, I mean, I guess I got a horse down here. Yeah, I don't want to get too far away, but I can just parachute straight on down. So you can find potatoes and carrots growing wild pretty much everywhere in Scotland. You will see them under trees like this. There's the silk as well. More of that. They're growing everywhere, but there are a couple areas where if you need to harvest a lot of saddleroot or rock carrot, you can do that. And I think I'm riding straight for one right now. Yes, this is it. So in the trailer for Ragnarok, I think I can say it now, but there's a picture of a farmhouse here. I actually got to help them make that house that was in that trailer, and it's pretty fantastic. This makes a good base location, I gotta be honest. So in either direction, we get a field full of carrots and mostly potatoes. And over here, mostly carrots with some potatoes. And horses obviously running wild. And you've got these, sort of ruined walls you can work with and build around. If you're a PvE builder and you just like pretty things, I can't think of a much better place to build than here, and I can see why the devs chose it to be a spot for a big farmhouse in their trailer for this map. So that's this one. There is another one, I think. The smartest way to get to the other one from here, and oh, remind me, let's do this. I don't think I pulled it out of the lighthouse, but you can find the lighthouse. I don't think you can miss it. Top right corner of the map. Northeast of the map. You can see roughly where the last one was, and I think if we go up through this little narrow mountain pass, we're going to find another one. And if I'm not mistaken, carrots growing wild right here. It's hard to see them. If you're looking for carrots, I recommend turning your ground clutter off. I like it on max. I like how it feels to have actual grass on the ground, but yeah, it does mess things up. Here is the second of the two fields. It's smaller. It's 2080, and you can see there's a little patch like this, but much more significant ruins. And even better than that, check out what else grows wild on the ground. I almost forgot about this. Oh, turn. Yeah, let's do that. There you go. Rare flower. So, just growing in little patches all around here. So silk, rare flower, carrots, and potatoes. And the carrots, most important of all, we will use those to tame an equus down the way. You have already seen a few go by. Oh, a little herd of ovis. 6 ovis. That's fantastic. Now, if you guys... So the ovis is very important. I mentioned early on that Scotland is cold and it is dangerous. Do I have one of these? All right, so we are going to grab one of these lassos. Scotland is very cold. If you come here on your first day, you're going to want to bring campfires because every once in a while, the temperature right now is sitting at 11. It'll drop 10, 12 degrees. It'll be below 0. You will get your ice cube, even in like hide armor, even with multiple campfires. So the temperature drops like crazy. So the first thing you want to do after you get that horse is take down an ovis. Now, they are fairly easy to kill. I could just do this. Well, maybe not that guy, but one of the next ones, we could just round them up, lasso them, whatever. But if you wanted to, I think the easiest thing to do, I would say, hop on your horse. Let's do it. Get out a lasso. Lasso an ovis, and just ride. Did I do it? Skillful. Anyway, that's what I would do. But I would take them, I would harvest them for pelts. That would be a first day task for me. You want to get that fur armor cooking as soon as you can. And if you have the enhanced drops that are suggested for this map, they basically improve the loot drops, the little colored beacons that drop down full of supplies, and they make them worth looking for. Horses are great. That's how I would explore Scotland. Versatile, rugged beasts. I can't wait to go tame and breed some new ones this afternoon. I very much look forward to it. But on the back edge of Scotland is a fantastic river, a fantastic bridge, and an amazing waterfall that you can actually build your base up inside. One of my tribe mates here, and my friend who joined me in episode 17, Jules, lives up here. And we're going to take a look at her spot and why I like it. It's sort of an intermediate base location. I would not come here on your first day, but once you're a little bit set up, once you've started off in that cave or the lighthouse for a little while, move on out here. So, where to start? Check out this bridge. Check it out. Ragnarok is full of this stuff. Not just ruins, but, whoops, that's not the right thing, but truly useful things. And they make rivers better than any other. You know what rivers look like on the island? They're flat. They're sea level. There's no motion to them. You know what rivers look like in the redwoods of the center? It's a 10-foot tall blob of water that you can walk inside and nothing happens. On Ragnarok, the rivers run. When they run up against, later down the river, when they run moving faster and they run up against posts like this, you get a little white water. It's beautiful. And obviously, they know how to do waterfalls better than anybody on the face of the earth. And this one, nothing hidden behind, right? But if you are skillful with your grappling hook, or there's some plenty of other ways to get up there. So here you go, guys. This is it. Almost impregnable. It is pretty darn safe. Let's take a look. Where are we at? 2675. Jules keeps her Rexes here, just in case anything decides to mess with these guys. Let's go ahead and sneak up through here, and you'll find you have this protected natural cove. Now, she's built up across the top. If you put gates there, you would have no issues. Her dinos all have these adorable little pink saddles. Pretty cute. I like this spot. It is safe. Nothing's coming at you really over here. This is a pretty precipitous, steep drop from where we are up here. So nothing's coming up this way. Some stuff might come over the top, but even then you're protected, I think, by building the way she's built. And then there are 2 ways out. This one up here takes you, I think, onto little grasslands, the last edge of Scotland. This one takes you into the Redwood Forest. So you back onto a plentiful supply of wood and a sort of a new selection of dinos to tame if you set up your base right here. So let's go ahead and leave through Jules Gate. Let's do that, and you can see we have changed biomes and we are in the redwoods. Fir trees, red, brownish ground. That is a exploration for another day. Today is about Scotland, so we turn around and I'll let you guys take a look. I don't know which base location you've liked the most so far, out of the lighthouse, out of Jules's waterfall, and out of the cave. But we're going to take another little break, and we will be right back checking out a fantastic cave beneath the lighthouse. Alright guys, so there you go, 26.3, 75.9, a very safe, stunning location. The view, one of the best ones out there. And do a little of this. I think that's a good idea. There we go. You gotta be skillful with your parachute, know how to lose altitude. I said, last episode I just free-falled to my death. We got reusable parachutes here. Ooh, that's a little rough. Okay, nice landing. Good job, UTC. So I would build there, and eventually I might even come down and build on this bridge, but then you're in Giga territory. If you're up there, it's one of the few places in Scotland you ain't never going to have to worry about a Giga. So I will head next. I was thinking there is an epic cave under the lighthouse that I would eventually like to check out, but there's a great beach down here, and I'm going to leave you guys for a sec, because I want to scope out these horses and see if any will be worth taming later. That could be the one. That could be the mate right there for old Shakola. She's female, he's a 145 male. Unless I see a 150 floating around here. Probably coming back for that zebra-colored guy. Might go well with my color scheme on this server. I'd be excited. I've been wearing like shades of gold, white, brown, tan, parchment, all those kind of things. Nothing too flashy. I want to look like an old world explorer. Tell me if I do. There. Yeah, that's a man. That's a man who knows how to explore. You can't have a curl like that in your mustache and not have seen a few continents in your time. Okay, so let's talk about a community base. I have servers for my Patreon supporters, and we're constantly looking for good places to set up big community bases. If you have an active, populated server, you want to keep it healthy and lasting a long time, the best way to do that, and oh my god, there's a Titanosaur here. I've never seen that ever. Wow. But if you want to do that, then you tend to want to condense some things into... So not everybody has a giant workshop. Not everybody has a kibble farm. Not everybody has a breeding... But we want to make community areas. And there aren't too many community areas that are really fantastic... There aren't too many areas on this map that make really fantastic community areas. I feel like this beach is one you could certainly make the most of. Now, I've been playing on this map a long time. I've only seen a few Titanos and never out here. And these guys could be hostile. I don't know. There's some people here that are not on my tribe. So I'm going to be careful of those aloes. I think I wouldn't have to worry unless we're in a state of war or I do something to make them aggressive. I think if I don't do anything, I'm fine. But I can't run out aloes on this thing. We're good. We're good. Okay, so Titanos, that's crazy. Oh, and look, so someone is working on a large-scale project here, and you can see how good it would be. Damn, I'm having such a great day. People working on things in places I wanted to come. This looks huge. This is a lot of work for whoever doing this. And good job, they seem to have derailed this guy. Scotland is a good place for them to spawn. That way they're not knocking down all your favorite trees. Got a red brick building. Cool. Cool look to it. Stairs that run up the inside. But yeah, this beach is one of the few large flat areas. If I were building a town or a city for a whole community, I would do it here. Beware the lead ichthys. I see one out there right now. Otherwise, these seas are fairly safe. I don't see a whole lot of sharks and a whole lot of manta rays out in the waters in Scotland. So let's ride, guys. Giant's Causeway. Check it out. Truly fantastic. Look at the size, the scale, the scope. Now, I have seen gigas spawn in the weirdest of places. I've seen them up on these spires. So keep your eyes open. All right, and we're going to take a sec and park here. I don't see any gigas, but I wanted to show you guys how this looks. It is not just nothing in Ragnarok. It's just above the water. It's just a surface area like that. It goes down. It goes down deep. And on the other side, it goes down crazy deep. I think it does here too. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. This is really unique. So I've seen, I think Thieves Island has areas that use these map building resources, these particular sort of hexagonal rocks that we originally got for Wyvern trenches, but they've changed the color here. They've made them sort of grayer, it feels like, and they've mimicked the Giant's Causeway, which is where those stones seem to get their inspiration from in the first place. So all around here is surface area, beach. It's a rocky, sort of dangerous beach. This is the one area in Scotland you will find spitters. I almost never see them elsewhere. But if we continue, if we hustle around here, we are going to come across what I think is the best, most unique location in Scotland. And I don't know if anyone on this server has done anything with it. It's been a long, long time since I came here. Let's make it dramatic. Cliffhanger. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we will see what's around the corner. Welcome back, guys. There's a dirty trick, making you watch a commercial. If you are a Patreon supporter, even $1 a month, get ad block, block the ads on my videos. You are 100% welcome to. You guys do more for me than you ever would. Probably have to watch 500 ads a month to make me $1, so go do that instead. And if you're annoyed by my ads, don't be, because for $1, you don't have to watch them ever. So, I know what you're saying. You're like, UTC, this is nothing special. It's just a big cave. Where the heck are you going to build? There's not even any surface area. These all friendly, right? Good. Somebody trying to live in here. I'll tell you why, guys. That works exactly like a redwood tree, and you can snap a tree platform to it. Let's get ourselves up on a rock so I can give you a full scope of this thing without having to tread water. So, that one there will hold a tree platform. Right where that sort of rocky... Here. Right where this little seam is, snap a tree platform. Same thing with this one. Snap a tree platform. Same thing with this one. On our first Ragnarok Patreon server, Brav, who is one of our guys, he started an epic base in here, and he never got to finish it before we reset the server, but I think he plans to start fresh on the new Ragnarok. Anyway, I've taken a second to get distracted, talk about my patrons, but only because they do amazing things building-wise, but also because it means you don't have to watch an ad if you are one. Anyway, guys, I have more places to see. This is kind of it for base locations, but there is a lot we have to see. There are two major types of predators here in Scotland. Gigas and Allosauruses. Until I've seen both, this video will not end. So how about that Lighthouse Cave? Pretty fantastic, eh? Another amazing sort of resource that exists on Ragnarok that exists nowhere else is this. It's a whale. It is a beached basilosaur, dead. I know what you're saying. What's the point of that? Well, did I bring my... Okay, let's go ahead and check the toolkit. This horse has everything we'll ever need. Let's grab our pick, and I'm gonna show you. Check it. Wait. Yes, hide, carrot, and spoiled meat. Hide, carrot, and spoiled meat. Oil. Check that. How crazy is that? You can get an insane amount of spoiled meat. So, if you need narcotics, this is your guy. Now, originally there were only 4 of them, and they were way, way, way down the beach this way. So if you built nearby, you would ruin the spawns. Now they're everywhere. They are up and down this beach, and we'll probably see 3 or 4 of them as we ride along it. Okay, and this is a very cool little cove. I don't know if I'd ever build here, but this is the only spot in Scotland you'll find dodos and ichthyornis. Turtles too, I think. Yep, pegos. And clearly another one of those big old whales. But there... Oh, lystros, too. I forgot lystros spawn in Scotland. There's a lot of stuff here on this beach you don't see elsewhere, like those little spitters. I'm going to stick to the beach. The beach disappears soon and gives way to sort of a rocky green cliffside. So we will keep going until we see that. Alright guys, so here's a spot I wanted to stop, and this is one of those spots I want to stop only really to talk about the map. See that little splish splash of white water? See how the grass is blowing and underneath, it's moving with the current of the river? How do you not love that? And this river leads up to some of the coolest waterfalls in any game ever. Potatoes grow like crazy around here, and you have a little bit of silk and that. And just upstream from that are the caves that we started at. So I've just gone inland from the beach a little bit here, guys, and I forgot about this area. It's fantastic. So Scotland lacks a few things. Crystal, I found, was very hard to get my hands on here. Another thing, and this is odd for it to be difficult, but wood. There were a few trees by that first cave today, and then there's this little forest gully. This is a neat spot to set up. It's got water, but you are not protected at all from anything. So here we go, guys. Scotland continues. We have kind of come around the bottom sort of coast. Sorry, the top coast, and we're sort of curving back in, and you can see where our borders are up ahead, where the Redwood meets another area. This area is particularly useful for silk. It's one of the bigger patches. A lot of those purple flowers all through here, and then metal spawns quite frequently up in this area. Let's take a little look. Yeah, see all the purple silk flowers? So those are great, and then, yeah, lots and lots of metal around here. Gigas, another spot you'll often see them is out in these plains, along with aloes. I'll go see if I can see them there in a minute, but I'm going to take us all the way down to the edge of Scotland. Pelagornis? What are you doing in Scotland? I ain't never see you guys around here. Okay, so we got a couple really good spots up here, guys, that I need to take a minute and highlight. One is my first home in Scotland. You see that out there? It is a dock. It was originally called Dave's Boats for Less. I think it's Ivan's or Ira's now. And it is a decent little area to start. We walled it off and were able to keep a big pack of horses safe in there. However, they all got munched by a Giga, so beware. It's not on my official list of base locations to recommend. Let's head on down here. And let's see where Scotland ends and what it meets on this side. And I'm going to take a look in this drop. I lost all my good stuff not that long ago, and we have enhanced drops, as I mentioned. Let's see. I bet I find some ramshackle gear. Apprentice cloth gloves, journeyman wood club. Not the most useful stuff, but you can see it's good stuff. So this is where the whales were originally. I think there were 4 to start, and there are 3 now. If you have trouble finding horses in Scotland, this is the last place to look. Now, I don't mean the last place to look as in don't look here. I mean, if you don't find them elsewhere, this is where you ought to come to look if you're about to give up hope. This beach heads straight into the volcanic area, and it's not really part of Scotland or part of the... I guess it's probably part of the volcanic area, but... the horses will spawn down here. So the volcanic area forms our border to one side, and actually, if we keep following up that way, you'll see some of the other predators that aren't really native to Scotland, like the aloe and the giga. If you get too close over here, you will see mantis, you will see titan boas, and you will see shangololo, the giant centipedes. So beware. Danger. And if you go too far this way, too close to that sort of the natural... Ooh, what is that? Okay, so watch for mega rabies. That beach is potentially full of mega rabies as well. That is one of those lizard things. But if we head up here to where the lava area sort of heads up to a volcano top, and the area that separates us from the volcano, yeah, you're starting to see it, is a Wyvern Pit. So I'm going to get myself a little bit of high ground, just so I show you guys the dangers of the edges of Scotland, not just what's within it, but that is a mantis. So beware. They don't just spawn in the desert. Alright, and not one to be trifled with. I could probably kick his butt with my horse, but I'd rather avoid the fight. And speaking of avoiding a fight, I genuinely hope to. I want to breed this horse with one of the 135s or 145s floating around. After I tame them, I don't want to get too close to scorpions, but mainly to wyverns. That right there is the first and main wyvern spawning area. At the bottom is lava. It's super deep. It's kind of hard to get them to follow you out of there because it's so deep, but nonetheless, it's dangerous. And that is the volcano top off to our right. It is occasionally active and will explode. This is a scary edge to the Scotland map, and it's the last edge we're going to visit. If you continue following along the green here to where it meets black, eventually you're going to run into the edge of the redwoods and the edge of the snow biome. And people tend to use this field out here for trapping wyverns. I think it's probably a sensible area, but you could definitely do a community base here. You're in Giga country, and there are wyverns everywhere. How have I not seen a Giga or an Aloe yet? Seriously though, how? No Aloe, no Giga? Scotland is just pure peacefulness? I don't buy it. And I think it'll run down from here. This is the river that Jules lives at the top of, where we went and looked at that waterfall base. And if we follow this down, we will see, hopefully, some good stuff. I've been everywhere. Man. But I ain't seen Gigas. I wonder where he would have had to go. Maybe he's way down on that beach. Maybe he got out in Redwood country. But anyway, count your days lucky that you don't see Gigas and Aloes in Scotland. I have seen 5-6 packs between that waterfall cave that we started in, the bunker cave, and the lighthouse. I have seen 2-3 Gigas in Scotland at the same time. Check this out, guys. Have you ever seen anything as stunning as this? We have something else to look at. So we're at 2079. We're not far from the cave we started in. Pteranodons are frequent here as well. I forgot to mention them. So if you follow that river down, it becomes the waterfall that goes over top of that gate. If you go across here to the second stream, you will come up to this. And this is one of the only spots in Scotland I know you can find crystal. So what am I at? 19.9, 78.2. Come in here with your metal pick, do it dirty, clean the place out. You can definitely get a decent amount and then head back to your very nearby cave base. And I will show you how nearby. If you're brand new, think about subscribing to this channel. I love having new people around, and I have a long-running series here exploring Ragnarok. Click on the little letter I in the top right of your screen for the cards, and do that. And if you've been enjoying the episode, I hope you stick around. Click the like button, and we have actually seen everything on my list. I think I did a good job showing you the basics of Scotland, what you need to know about Scotland. Calling it a complete guide may be a bit much, but I feel comfortable saying I've given you the rundown, the what for, the how-to on Scotland, and I think we are probably going to call it here. I teased breeding and taming horses in this episode, but we ran plenty long enough, and it's been very informational, so I'm going to leave you guys packed purely with information. I hope you enjoy Scotland and this Ragnarok map as much as I do. If you are brand new to this channel, guys, there's a playlist popping up on your screen right now. It is for the Ragnarok Explorers Club. We've been on this map and playing since May, and we got a lot of episodes. So go back and watch, get into it. I hope you enjoy, and if you're brand new, if this is your first time here, subscribe. I love it. Stick around for more Ragnarok exploration and potentially more complete guides as I get to know more areas of this map. I love Scotland, and I love Ragnarok, and I hope you love it as much as me, geeks. I'm UniteTheClans, and I will see you in the next episode.